But I want to know on this day of March 2015, are there any Davids in the room? Now, before you start shouting, before you say, Pastor, I'm David, I want to tell you, I want to give you some qualifications for being a David. I want to show you because a lot of folk think they some. Put on a show like they some. But don't meet the criteria to be the thing they want to be. So, Pastor, how do I know if I'm a David? Number one, in fact, letter A, you got to be anointed by God. Can I get some folk who know that the Lord's hand is on your life? All right, some of you say, how do I know if the hand of God has been on my life? You should be dead by now. And if it was left up to folk, you would be wandering around here, wondering what your name is and where you come from. And you be putting your shoes on your head and your tie on your toes. But God. Oh, there's somebody in here today that know the hand of God is on your life because you've been in the wrong place at the wrong time and the wrong thing was supposed to happen to you, but all of a sudden the Lord showed up. Oh, I know your dress hadn't always been as long as it is right now. And you ain't always been covered up like you are right now. And you hadn't always been as saved as you are right now. But he looked beyond my fault. Lord, I feel like preaching already. Anybody in here know you hadn't always been in the church house? But the Lord had his hand on your life. Check this out. They were trying to find the next king in 1 Samuel 16. And Samuel is the prophet of God. And it is recorded that whoever he anointed, whoever the oil would flow upon their head would be the next king over Israel. And he knew that the Lord told him to go to Jesse's house. So he struts down to Jesse's house and he says, one of y'all gotta be the king. Jesse brings out his sons. Either way, he gonna be a proud father. It really doesn't matter to him which son it is, because he knows that he has groomed all but one to be the next king over Israel. And he brings them out. And Samuel goes down the line, and every time he would try to pour the oil, it wouldn't flow because they looked good on the outside, but they didn't have what was necessary on the. See, I need to caution some of you. Your suit ain't the only thing that gets you to success. It doesn't matter whether you got Gucci or Chanel or Stacey Adams. It is the Lord who speaks to Samuel, and he says, I don't look at the outward appearance. I look at the heart. Oh, don't be worried if you can't dress like them, if you don't look as good as them. All I want to know is your heart right? So he went to all of them. Well, Lord, you told me to come down to Jesse's house. I'm depending on Jesse to bring me these boys, and he done brought me all these boys. You brought me here, but you won't let the oil flow for none of them. Now, either I'm a fool or I just ain't here right. Jesse, Anymore? Just say, well, bro, prophet, you know, I brought you the best I have, but we do got that one son. Now, I cleaned these up, but he's stinking out there because he's taking care of the sheep. I'll bring him if you insist. And all of a sudden, David comes with his stinky self. He wasn't as tall as the other. He come with his short self. He comes with his ungroomed self. See, some of you ought to be grateful. Come on now, that you're not what you ought to be. But you're not what you... Some of you must got a little amnesia about where you were when the Lord found you. Now, I don't want to get down your street, but you know how dirty you were, and the Lord anointed you in spite of your dirt. The oil flows. I found him because I'm anointed by God. In spite of my shortcomings, in spite of my past, in spite of the opinions of others, in spite of the fact that I'm not even an option, the Lord will anoint you. And can I tell you something? You keep looking for folk to elevate you and promote you, but the thing that I've learned in this 21 years of life is that if man puts you up, man, if man opens doors for you, man can. But if God lifts you up, can't nobody bring you down. If God opens a door. I wish I had about 50 more witnesses that know God has picked you up, that know God has opened some doors, because I'm anointed. I'm not perfect, but I'm anointed. Number two, if you want to identify David, you got to know letter A, he's anointed by God. But check this out. B, he believes in the power of worship. Let me show you. You know, in chapter 16, Saul has this thing where he likes to fly off, he likes to go off. And the spirit would get in him. I don't know if it was Jack Daniel's spirit or just a devilish spirit. All the text says is that it was whatever spirit had him, he got out of control. He said, I need somebody that can worship. Somebody that know the power of praise to just come play for me. And it was something about when David started playing, all of a sudden the evil spirit would leave out of Saul. Some of you wondering why the devil done got in your house? Because you don't worship. Wondering why the devil in your department? Because you don't worship. Wondering why the Lord can't come in and heal your body like he wants to, because you ain't. Worship and the devil can't be in the same room. And I believe that there are about 20 people that got some spirits that then tried to come in your children and in your house and in various areas of your life. I dare you to take about 10 seconds and start worshiping the Lord. Because when you worship the Lord at the name of Jesus, every knee must bow and every tongue. Look at somebody and say, worship or get it out. It'll get it out.